Okay, so I thought I'd explain how I use this inspiration door. So as you can see, it's 5 panels that have a groove cut into them here and then on the back side as well. The back side's the same. So this is a solid white oak door, probably over $1,000 retail. I got it at the Restore for $80. And I'm gonna try to take flat flush doors and make them look like this. So what my intention is to use my circular saw here to cut these grooves into a flush face door. And so what I've done is I've taken this, I think it's, Rob would know the name of this, but whatever that thing is, and it lines up on the edge here. And I have put my saw blade in the groove there and then place this along the side so it's going to act as a guide. And so then I'm going to take this piece of cardboard here and make it into a template so that I can go very easily and measure that distance. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that in just a second. So first I'm going to cut this template so that it fits. So what you see here is my setup for getting ready to mimic these grooves that are in this solid oak door that is unstained at this point that I got at the Restore that probably retails for over $1,000. It is solid white oak. And it is, both sides look exactly like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flush-faced door. I'm going to use just a project board today because I'm trying to decide which kind of stain I'm going to use. And I'm going to cut these grooves into it. So to do that quickly, I have this, it might be called a speed square. I don't know. My husband knows. Anyway, and I'm going to lay it flush along the side here and then across and use it as a rail guide for my circular saw here. So there's an offset. So I currently have the blade, this guard pulled back and the blade sitting in that groove, pushed the rail up against it, and then I've took a piece of the flap of an Amazon box and cut it the exact distance so that I can replicate this all the way down the door, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in just a moment. Okay, so here is my flush face door that I got off Facebook Marketplace. It was supposed to be a 22-inch door. It is not, but I went ahead and paid $5 for it to bring it home because I'm going to cut these grooves in it and then stain one side driftwood and the other side gray and have you guys help me decide which color to put in the house. So right now what I've done is I have cut these 2 grooves in before, and I was measuring them and it's taking way too long, and I thought I need to make a template for this. So as you guys saw, I took this Amazon flap and cut it, and then now I've taken it and lined it up with the groove that I had previously cut, or I could have done it at the end if I just started way down here, and then put my speed square here up against it, made sure it's flush here, clamped it down with a C-clamp, straight across here, clamped it down with a C-clamp, so the C-clamp's on the other side, because now I'm going to saw my straight line. So I'm going to move my guide here, and here we go. Okay, let's try that one more time. So here's my setup, and I'm going to run this saw and try to get it on video this time. So hang on. And now you can see the grooves that I cut in, see, and how it's looking like that other door. And I have one more to cut. Then I'm going to sand it and stain. Okay, so again, this is just a project board kind of thing. I'm just trying some things out. I wanted to make sure that I did not saw through the veneer of this door, which I did not. So needed to check the saw depth. Ideally, I'd like for the groove to be wider, And I could make another pass on that, or I'll ask Rob if there's a different kind of saw blade that I could use. Maybe work that out. So now my next thing is to stain it. So I have a gray barn door in the house that I'm going to show you in just a second. That I'm thinking, I've tried it on oak and I know that it almost looks the same. I'll show you my test piece. We have some new flooring that we just put in the house that's similar to this color. And I could do the doors to match the flooring. And then this, of course, I'm going to use to just before you stain wood. So let me take you in the house and show you my colors. Okay, so here are my colors. So here is my gray barn door. I believe it's a PVC. It's a solid door, but you can see the texture. It has a wood grain look. It's a chevron pattern, which I absolutely adore. And I'm going to be using on some bifold doors. And then here's our new flooring. Okay, so those are the two wood colors I'm looking at. And the doors I'm looking at. Start by saying I have absolutely no problem with these doors, but my husband said he would really like to change them out. So then I happened to go to the Restore. I found the 24-inch door, which will for sure go here on this bathroom, and then in the master bathroom, and then these 30-inch doors here, here, and here. They need to be something else. And I could order those doors, but I'm probably not going to spend thousands of dollars on doors. That's just not who I am. I would much rather upcycle something that I got at the Restore, remodel, redo. I don't know exactly the terminology you'd use, but anyway. And so you can see that the flooring is going to be right there by the doors. So I just don't know if that's going to be too much, but I think the gray doors would really pop. And so, and that door is clear over there. And then you walk down the hall and you see these white doors. So the white doors are going for sure. It's just a matter of whether they're going to be that driftwood color or the gray color. And so my thought is tonight I'm going to stain them and I'm going to put them and just lean it up against that door there at the end and get some input on what y'all think. And that's the plan. Okay, so here's my project board in the house next to the floor, right next to where it would kind of be. So this is the driftwood that kind of matches the flooring. You can see how the stain went into the grooves and gave it that paneled look. And then here's the other side. Here's the gray, which matches my barn door. And see, it almost has a metallic sheen. And I don't know, I mean the dramatic, which is what I tend to go towards anyway, it really has a pop to it. It's really neat. And I don't know that I've ever seen gray doors in a house. Black, white, yes, but I don't know that I've ever seen gray. And it makes me want to take that leap. But here's that door. And then here's the barn door over here. So there's the gray there. You can see I kind of have some grayish and gray. And then there's that. And here's the driftwood. Again, very beautiful. I think they're both pretty stunning. I think equally pretty. Just one is a little more subtle than the other. We'll see what the hubs thinks. Rob will have ideas and we'll see what he thinks.